What is good, chat? What is good, chat? I wonder how much latency is on this camera and on the stream. I haven't got a chance to really check out the latency, but on my end, it look a little bit lagged out. Just so y'all know, I got a little bit of a new camera situation. So if anything is wrong, my apologies. My bad. Um, there's something really beautiful about today's topic. And I know, before I get into it, um, today's topic is going to be very important for any young man, young woman who's actually trying to grow. And it's about not skipping the boring. When you see successful people, do you think, does that person do something different than me? What are they doing different? What are they doing that I'm not doing? Or do you think to yourself, maybe they're just doing the basics more consistently than I am? Well, today I'm going to go into exactly what skipping the boring means when it comes to you growing personally and professionally and reaching your financial, relationship, and happiness goals. I'm a third generation counselor and entrepreneur, and I help people make mental and financial breakthroughs in alignment with what they would like their life to look like. And if you would like to join my giveaway this week, where I'll be giving away 1 year of free coaching to anyone who DMs me on Instagram giveaway and wins once I draw the name this week, comment giveaway down below. I appreciate that. But yeah, let's see what's good. Um, I want to get into the first story real quick because the first story it hits close to home for me. It's one of the ways that I actually learned this concept and who I learned the concept from. So the first story is called "Pick It Up and Put Them Down." So as you guys know, I grew up, or some of you guys don't know. So let me just say this: I grew up in Chicago, majority of my childhood, until about seventh grade. In seventh grade, my dad's business started doing really, really well. So we moved to the suburbs of Chicago, about an hour away from where I grew up, and in a really, really nice, well off neighborhood. I went from living on the south side of Chicago, which, has its reputation, to living in the south suburbs, which was a little bougie, in my opinion. And I actually met a lifelong friend that I still have to this day when I moved out there. His name is Pat. And Pat and me started going to the gym once we got to high school, and we never left the gym. Like to this day, we hit the gym all the time. We lifting. And one day, Patrick comes back from college and, he meets up with me and we're lifting. And he makes a joke. He talks about how his dad wanted to lose some weight. So he's been in the gym. And the funny thing about his dad is that his dad said when he got in the gym, He said, all I have to do is pick up some heavy weight and put them back down. And I'll be able to lose this weight and get the exercise in that I need to. And that taught me something. A lot of times we can get distracted by some of the flashy stuff we see on social media. You see all the fancy workouts, you see all the different fancy ways of doing stuff. You know, you're gonna track your calories, you're gonna fast, you're gonna make sure you do keto, you're gonna make sure you do every single diet, paleo, carnivore, all these different diets that you can choose. But at the end of the day, you can sum up what it takes to really lose weight and to work out in such simple terms. When it comes to nutrition, we can talk about eating single ingredient foods and making sure that you burn calories every day and don't eat more than what's necessary to maintain or lose weight or whatever your goal is. If we're talking about lifting weights, just like Pat's dad said, you just gotta pick up them heavy weights and put them back down. That's really all lifting weights is. Pick up them heavy weights and put it back down. A lot of times in today's world, we overcomplicate things because we want to sound novel, especially in a world where when I sound novel and when I sound like I'm saying something special on social media, I get rewarded. I get rewarded with views, I get rewarded with likes, I get rewarded with comments. But I don't care about none of that stuff. Even you watching this right now, like, don't like, don't comment. Nah, let me quit playing. But the reality is that's why everything sounds so complicated today because everybody wants to put their own spin on the basic. But the reality is the basics is the basics. Pick up something heavy, put it down. Move your body so that you can burn some calories. Eat single ingredient foods and make sure you don't eat more than the amount of calories you eat every day. If you want to figure it out, look up calorie calculator. Figure it out based on whatever your goal is. It's very simple. Google. But if we live in a world where instead of just saying pick up them heavy weights, put them back down, we say we got to do a hit workout where we interval train every single second and make sure we get an absolutely 5 minute rest in between sets so our muscle glycolysis goes through the perfect. Like, bro, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a nerd, so I like learning about how to properly build muscle and how to do certain things in depth, in detail. But the basics of it all is I'm picking a heavy weight up and putting it back down in a safe manner multiple times a week. Sometimes multiple times a day if I feel like lifting weights or working out multiple times a day. So don't skip the basics when it comes to your health. But this applies to multiple different areas. That gets into the second story. The second story about not skipping the basics, I actually call that story old school versus digital. So I was graduating high school in 2020. But as we all know, in 2020, something crazy shook the world up. COVID 19. COVID 19 is the biggest reason why I'm actually not pursuing sports right now. I was so into basketball in high school, and when COVID 19 happened and it shut down my entire school and my entire vision of what I wanted my life to look like back in 2020, I shifted away from sports and moved towards real estate. That's how I ended up buying my first property at 19 years old. But one of my mentors always taught me his processes of what he used to use back in the day to find quality rental property. Now, a lot of us today use different things like, you know, business cards and, you know, ads on social media and all the databases that we got access to that's not going through files and going to the city and going through paper records. But he taught me that one of the simplest things that he was able to do was figure out exactly what property in the area he wanted, go to that property on a Saturday morning where the owner, if it's owned by a mom and pop landlord, or even if the landlord himself pays somebody, you can go to the property on a Saturday morning when they're likely cutting grass or shoveling snow, and you can ask, "Hey, I'm looking to purchase this property. Is the owner looking to sell this, or do you know if you can get the owner's contact for me?" This is actually one of the simplest ways that to this day I go find rental property. And in today's world, we like to complicate the idea of, oh yeah, let's have these super big lead systems, and all these people who are beginners are looking up to these gurus, Pace Morby, Grant Cardone. It's cool to learn from them, but let's get real for a second. You need the basics. You don't need Pace Morby's creative acquisition system. You don't need Grant Cardone's way of forcing equity into commercial real estate property so that you can get forced equity if you just a beginner. And not only if you're just a beginner, if you like 90% of the population who are not millionaires and who are not making six figures, oh wait, we forgot about that. If you aren't making six figures and you don't have a significant amount of money saved up like most Americans, like most people in the world, do you need more than just the basics? No. You need to consistently do the basics over and over again until something works, till you build momentum. And just like everything, just like a snowball rolling down a hill, once you start building momentum, it gets bigger and bigger. That snowball that you rolled down that hill turns into a avalanche over time. But it only happens if you do the basics consistently. So maybe instead of running those ads like you wanted to get business, maybe you go knock on doors and actually talk to people face to face. That's how they used to do it. Maybe instead of cold calling, you go to the place that you're trying to actually talk to someone at and go show your face. To this day, I get better responses from people when I go to in-person events, when I go in person to people who I want to reach out to, who I want to connect with. That's how you build these deep relationships. And that's the basics that a lot of us are moving away from because they're boring. It's boring to go door to door and get a ton of no's. But that one yes you get is really high quality. You know why? Because they see you in person. You're not someone behind the screen. You're someone that they can look at in the eyes, professionally. You put together when you knock on that door and you saying, "Hello, sir. I have something that I would like to tell you about." Very simple. And if we don't pay attention to these simple things that seem boring at times, somebody else will. And that's somebody else today who understands the value of human connection when it comes to business, as well as when it comes to health, like I talked about earlier. Will run laps around anyone who thinks that fancy is better than just consistently sticking with the basics. Do that before you start building on to things with layers. But that is the second story I have about skipping the basics, why we should not do that. And lastly, I have one more story. I see some people popping in and out of here, but I have one more story that's gonna give you the necessary context to understand why skipping the basics are so bad, and then I'm gonna give you exactly what steps to do in order to get outsized returns on any investment you do in life, alongside sticking with the basics. And that last story is, hi, my name is not the Eminem. Hi, my name is. My name is. My name is Slim Shake. All right, I'm not that one. But hi, my name is. That's a greeting. We all know that. But why is hi, my name is the name of this story? Well, I'm about to tell you that. And today, how do we build connections? Do we bump into people in the hallway and, you know, while we look back at them and see if we're going to be mad or react angrily to them or not, do we just say like, "Hey, this person looks cool. How about we talk and maybe we become friends?" Or how do you attract that girl or that guy that you like in 2025? Do you go on the dating apps, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, Christian Mingle? Like like what do you do? Well, I'm sure you can tell by the name of this story and the theme of this video that when it comes to the basics, hi, my name is where it starts. And I want you to think, when's the last time that you have walked up to a stranger and just introduced yourself? Said, "Hi, my name is," for me, "Hi, my name is Kuye. I saw you over here. You look pretty interesting, man. What do you do for a living? What why you look really sharp, brother. Where you get your clothes from, man?" Like, when's the last time that you've done that? Or when it came to a girl, you know those girls that people talk about today, the ones that get all the attention online. Don't get me wrong, a lot of the social media, the technology, the exciting ways they're doing things today, they cloud the marketplace of what is normal. And sometimes you feel like you need to be on social media in order to get attention, but you don't. I guarantee you the prettiest girl that you've seen online, if you ever seen her in person, you talk to her in person, she would be shocked. Because I guarantee you, a lot of people, especially today, do not have the confidence to do the basics, which is walk up, introduce yourself. "Hi, my name is Kuye. I actually thought you looked pretty good over here. I didn't want to not take the chance to talk to you. So, yeah, what's your name?" Boom. Simple. I mean, what is she gonna do? Turn you down? Call you ugly? Say you're the most disgusting human being that she's ever seen in her life? Hey, even if she do, bro, it is what it is, bro. You, off the strength of you being able to have the confidence enough to walk up to somebody, especially in today's generation, bro, you in a league of your own. I don't care if you get turned down, whatever it is. This goes for relationships, this goes for marketing, business, this goes for health, it goes for everything. The basics about life is understanding the answer to every question that you have, the every answer to everything that you want is always no until you go get it. And if you just look at the past, you see exactly what it takes to get it. But today, when everybody's trying to seem special, when everybody's trying to have a novel little idea to push down your throat and make it seem like the next new thing when it's really just the basics wrapped in a different wrapper, you can get confused. So just make sure that you understand as you going through your day to day, when things seem too complicated, just pulling back and realize what basics are you sticking to? What principles? What are the foundations of everything that you're learning so that you can stick to those foundations and not necessarily worry about what new wrapper is everything being marketed to you as. Sometimes you just have to stick to the basics. And even though they're boring, they will separate strong, smart men from weak, inconsistent, and incapable men. Follow, subscribe, like, whatever you can do to engage with this post, share it, do everything you can on whatever platform you're viewing this on. And I truly appreciate that. But now I'm going to get into my segment where I talk to parents, because this is mostly for, the actual professional students, entrepreneurs watching, so I can give them some fire content around personal professional growth, so that you can use that information in those frameworks, systems, ideas to make your mental and financial breakthroughs that you plan on making in your life. But let me do a break. I'm gonna do like a 10-minute break and then I'll be right back. You want to say? Okay. Okay. So you guys are gonna get a little bit of a sneak peek into me creating some content for the moms and the dads, or all the parents who are worried about their children and looking to set their kid up for success, but maybe struggling with some common parent issues. So I got a few scripts on my phone I'm gonna use. I'm gonna live stream and I'm gonna clip these later, but just so y'all see my content creation process, and so y'all know there's no fluffity fluff. Anyway, let's see. If you feel like your child's not opening up to you anymore, you're not alone. The old way of asking endless questions pushes them away. Nah, cut that. The old way of asking endless questions pushes kids away. But there's a better way to get them talking. Step one, figure out what your real concern is with your child. Think about if you yourself have went through the situation, and think about exactly what you wish you actually heard from someone that cared about you when that situation was going on. Step two, share this story with your child in an indiscreet way. Don't talk to your child as if you're trying to tell them something or get them to open about something that they're not comfortable with. Tell your child a story that you thought about as if it just randomly came up in your head and you wanted to share with them something that you actually went through when you were a child and how you overcame it. Step three, do this over and over again and watch how your child opens up to you because you're sharing your past experiences so that they can finally relate to you more and realize that you're just a human who was a kid as well in the past. Like and comment if this helped you build better communication with your child. Oh, man. Corey, what's good, brother? Let's see. Let me do one more. So I got this other script. Let me make sure I get this other script. So I'll run this through and then I'll clip this later. Who your child looks up to will shape exactly who they become. Social media influencers can't raise your kids, but I'll share with you exactly how to put the right role models in front of them. But I'll share with you exactly how to put the right role models in front of them. Okay. That's the hook. That's the second line. And okay, now that I got that one, There we go. There we go. Good, bro. Good, bro. Let me see. The first step when it comes to getting good role models in front of your child is actually realizing that sometimes it's not about what you're saying, but about who it's coming from. Sometimes because you seem to be more mature and the authoritative parent in their life, they don't always trust you. But if you just take someone a little bit closer to their age who is doing things that they find cool and they tell them the exact same thing, they finally listen. One of the ways that I help parents put positive role models in front of them is in my workshops, where I have young intelligent men and young intelligent women hosted by my lead female mentor. We bring role models who are in different positions in their early 20s to late teens, and we help your children actually get good role models that they will listen to. And basically, they'll hear the exact same thing you want them to hear from a mouth that it lands a little bit closer to their heart from. If you want to learn more about my workshops, leave a comment down below, workshop, and I'll DM you about that opportunity. So, that was the second video that I will use, and I will likely have clipped out of this live stream. It's very interesting how I remember back when I first started making content, I could never like talk off the cuff like I can now. Like some of these things are very easy, but in the beginning, it was extremely hard for me to actually create content off the cuff like this. I do have many scripts, many outlines, but once you have an outline and you actually know what you're talking about and you're not just speaking out your behind, that's the hardest thing. If you don't know your topic or you don't know exactly what you're claiming to be an expert or a trusted source of information for that topic, then you won't be able to create content quick, efficiently, batch it up like I'm trying to do here. Lorenz, what's good, bro? I think I see you in here. What's good, brother? Let's see. Let's see. Um, let's see. Let's see. I might create one more clip, or one or two more clips. Bullying today doesn't look the same as it did in the past. Ignoring it, if you think your child's being bullied, won't make it go away. But I'll show you exactly how to address the situation and figure out if your child may be struggling with bullying. The first thing you want to do is go through their phone. Yes, go through their phone. A child does not have privacy. And when it comes to making sure your child is safe, I guarantee you going through their phone when they are in their developing years, if you choose to give them one, is probably one of the best things that you can do to prevent your child from going through any mistreatment at school. Number two, understand there are texting apps now where you can use fake numbers. If your child is being bullied, sometimes they won't even know who exactly sending the messages because there are apps where you can have multiple phone numbers and your child could be getting bullied and them not even know who exactly is bullying them. So make sure if you see your child are getting texts and they really tell you they don't know who they're from, believe them and figure out how to best resolve the situation. Whether that's going to the school and figuring out what kid is bullying them and has their number or sharing their number, or taking the phone away completely so that this bullying thing isn't a problem. Step three, make sure if your child truly is being bullied, I have to say, go seek professional resources. If your child is struggling deeply with their mental health and mentorship or any other solution doesn't seem to be working, please seek medical help, seek a mental health professional's help, and call the bullying hotline and give that resource to your son or daughter as well. Like, share this video with someone that would help. Man, I just realized that if anybody's not black in here and they see me patting my head like this, they gonna be like, "Why this dude patting his head, man?" Oh man, different cultures and different norms are funny. Also, y'all, my Invisalign doing real good. You know, the smile. Yeah, yeah. I may do one more clip and then call it a day. Let me see. Does your child doubt yourself and constantly need your approval? Praising your child too much can backfire, but I'll show you exactly how you build your child's self-esteem that will last. Also, the third tip, a lot of people won't tell you. The first way to build your child's self-esteem is by not encouraging them when they win. Stop, stop, stop. Just to be transparent, when people watch the live stream, sometimes I really want to do a video and my brain isn't moving or keeping up with my body. Just so you guys know, it is late at night and I'm streaming this just so I can get some content batched. But this last video, that's why I said this is gonna be my last piece of content. I need to make sure that I get this last piece of content together and really think about how I'm gonna structure it. The first way to build your child's self esteem is by encouraging your child to learn. A lot of parents will give kids every now and then money when they get good grades or money when they do their chores. But one of the ultimate ways to encourage your child to have good self esteem is by teaching them how to become intelligent. Instead of doing grades, where sometimes grades can be gotten, especially in today's world of AI with cheating, and also encouraging with chores, which need to be done anyway and they shouldn't be getting paid for. Encourage your child every time they decide to do learning outside of school, whether that's reading a book and whether that's learning something new and writing a paper about it for you. Make sure you encourage that, whether that be with money or some sort of reward. Step two, we're building a child's self esteem. Self esteem. Ask your child questions about exactly how they were able to accomplish things. When your child tells you that they did something good, don't just stop there and encourage them. Figure out exactly what they did to accomplish the goals that they've accomplished during the day. A lot of times you'll learn that your child is very resilient. And that right there is the quality you want to compliment. The quality of resilience is something that no matter what area in life they get into, they will need it to succeed. And that's the type of quality that you want to encourage in your child. And lastly, the tip that a lot of people won't tell you, do not help your child do things. If your child has a question about how to do something, especially today in 2025 or wherever you're watching this, where there's so many resources to figure it out, make sure you do not help them. Tell them to go figure it out and let you know the answer when you get it. This will teach them the self sufficiency and the things that they need to know how to uh, and the things that they need to know how to attack the world and accomplish things on their own, while also showing them how capable they really are at accomplishing anything, even when sometimes others can't help you. Make sure you like, share, and comment on this video, and make sure you share it with someone that this will help. All right, y'all, I'm calling it a night. Appreciate y'all. But let me do an outro. Like and subscribe to this video. And once again, comment giveaway. And if you are commenting giveaway on my Instagram and DMing me. Anyway, let me redo that. Like, subscribe, and once again, make sure that you DM me giveaway on my Instagram channel to be entered into a giveaway that we're doing this week of free 1 year of coaching to help you make mental and financial breakthroughs as a third generation counselor and entrepreneur. Thank you. Have a blessed rest of your day. Peace.